Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Ryan the Collector Kid, and thank you so much for joining me tonight. And boy, do I have a really special episode planned for you. So as you know, I love collecting Doctor Who toys. I love collecting Dapol Doctor Who toys as well. I've got a couple here which are my original Dapol toys. So I have an original 7th Doctor figure with the brown coat. Yeah, pretty cool. And then I also have Ace as well, which comes with a baseball bat and her rat sack on the back there, which also comes off. And of course I have the Tardis as well, with a cool blinking light, which I think is just like a Christmas light, and it just blinks like that. No sound, of course. So the doors open up. One on the left opens inwards. The side door with the pull to open sign opens forwards, but you can see the yellow rondels on the door there, and also in the side as well. And this also comes apart if you kind of want to build a diorama. So I've always really been trying to track down the Doctor Who Dapol Tardis playset. This is something that I've always wanted ever since I was a teenager, and you can never get the set in Australia. It's really rare. Now obviously there are some on eBay, but they go for over $1,000 Australian. And then you've also got to pay for your shipping and then also tax on top of that from England. So as you can probably imagine, it's around the $1,200 to $1,300 mark once you factor in the shipping and the import tax as well on top of that. So I knew it was a pretty hard set to sort of get. I had seen Matt from Keep On Collecting do a review on this Dapol Tardis playset, and just really inspired me even more to try and find one. And yeah, I'll leave links down below where you can watch his video on that review. It's pretty cool. So how it all started was I was watching a 4th Doctor Dapol figure on eBay, and the seller actually gave me an offer for about $30. So I was like, yep, I'll go on that, and accepted it. It turns out this guy was also on my Doctor Who Messenger chat, where there's lots of different things coming through, and he actually posted this figure on there, and so that's how he knew that I was on there. He basically reached out and said, "Oh, I didn't realise you're in Perth." I thought there was one other person, which is pretty funny. Yeah, and he said, "I'm going to be sending your Tom Baker figure very shortly." So I just decided to ask him, "Hey, do you have any other extra Doctor Who Dapol items?" And he sent me a photo. Right up the back I could see that he had the Doctor Who TARDIS playset, and I'll tell you what, I was just like, oh my goodness, I've never seen one in Australia. Of course I asked him, are you looking at selling it? So he said, look, let me have a think about it and I'll get back to you. Now we obviously both knew how much they were worth in the marketplace and things like that, so I was prepared to kind of pay about $500 to $600. And a bit of a backstory, there was a couple that sold a Doctor Who TARDIS playset a couple months ago, and it was, again, I found out through one of my Facebook pages. They sold it for $100 as a puzzle game board. Now just let that sink in. So they didn't realize what they had, and they sold it for $100. I think the person that actually bought it gave him $150 because he felt bad, but that's just crazy. You never see anything like that. So I was really prepared to pay a little bit more for this because I knew what it was worth. Yeah, so he came back to me a couple hours later, and he kind of said, "Oh look, I'll do it for $1,000." Haha, joke. And he said, "No, I'll do it for $450." So I was like, "Get in, great, sold." So yeah, it turns out that after getting everything, and I was moving things around, like more space for where my pinball machine used to be, it turns out that I already had a 4th Doctor Tom Baker figure. So yeah, it's pretty crazy how the universe works. I guess like if I hadn't bought this, yeah, I wouldn't have known about this playset. So he was very happy to do the refund for me on eBay. So again, thank you very much, John, for this one. I cannot believe that I have this in my possession. So I found out that John works in the city as well as I do, and we agreed to pick it up on Wednesday morning. So it's been quite a week and able to get this set. So we met up in the morning for work and was able to exchange and put it in a bag and everything, and sat in the manager's office all day while I worked 8 hours. So it was pretty funny, kind of taking this box around. So with further ado, let's crack on. I'm sure you're all itching to see what this set looks like, so let's have a look. Alright, so here we go. This is the original Doctor Who Dapol 25th anniversary commemorative set. It is a Dapol diorama playset, or a Tardis playset, and it also is limited edition. So you can see it is quite a massive box, and it's just foam on the back here. Now this one is already open, or has been opened, but we can see that the original cardboard is still on the center console, which is pretty amazing. And we've obviously got the 7th Doctor, Sylvester McCoy, in his grey coat, so this is a variant version. We've also got his umbrella with the red question mark. We've got a green K9. For some reason they decided to make him green and then realised that it was a error, it's supposed to be grey. And then we've got Mel there in her pink variant shirt as well. And you can see that there's also the TARDIS parts here, and essentially in this photo it makes up an entire diorama playset where you can have all the figures set up and things like that. So yeah, got beautiful artwork on the side here. We've got the Doctor, we've got Mel, we've got K9, we've got the TARDIS console, we've got the Tetrap, and we've got the TARDIS as well. Now it would have been cool if we got a villain in the pack as well, like the Tetrap. I've been trying to sort of track one of these down as well. So if you have a spare Tetrap, please leave a comment down below. I would love to get in touch with you to be able to get one of those and add it to my Doctor Who Dapol collection. So what I would really love to do now is I'm going to test the TARDIS console, because I've heard that sometimes the motors go in these. So let's crack on and we'll have a look and see if this works. So I've just taken the top off and we can see that we also have the diorama, which is the flooring here. So I'm just going to carefully open this up as well, and oh my goodness, we actually have the original Dapol product guide. This just shows how the TARDIS console goes up and down, which is pretty amazing, and how to set up your TARDIS playset. It also has information on the different characters as well. So yeah, that's really cool. And then inside here we've got all the different parts for the TARDIS, and you can see that this TARDIS is kind of a very much darker blue than my one, which is kind of more of a lighter blue color. So that's pretty cool. And then we've also got the grey coat 7th Doctor. We've got Mel as well, and of course we've got K9 as well. I've got one of these loose, which is the green version. I think they also brought out a grey version for the 25th or 30th anniversary. Now what I'm really interested in is having a look to see what this console, if this console will work. Alright, so I'm just going to carefully take off this part here. Wow, so just looking at this console here, this is pretty amazing. It looks like it's still got the wiring underneath and that, and it looks like it takes 2 battery packs or battery sides here. And quick fact, this is actually 5 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The actual prop or real Doctor Who console is actually 6 sides, so yeah. But yeah, it's just really cool to be able to have something retro, something that I grew up with from Doctor Who. So we're going to crack on and put the batteries in and see if this works. There's no corrosion in here, which is really good to see. Always good to take your batteries out when you're not using them so they don't get corroded. Alright, so we have the moment of truth, and I understand the motor in this is quite noisy, so let's have a look. So we can see that it does light up, but the center column isn't moving up and down as it should. So my understanding is a lot of these go through that, and there is a way of being able to fix it. So please let me know in the comments down below if you know anything about that. But whether or less, it is really cool to see it lit up. So you've got obviously a white light on this side here in the panel, and another white light here, and then a special kind of more of a red light for the middle of the column there as well. I was really hoping that it would move up and down, but you never know until you try these things. So there you go, that's the Doctor Who Tardis playset by Dapol, and I'm just really happy to be able to get this one in my collection. So let me know in the comments down below, do you have this Doctor Who Tardis playset by Dapol? Would love to get your thoughts on it. Pretty amazing piece of history, and such a shame that the Dapol factory was destroyed in the fires in the mid-90s. Yeah, I'm sure they would have been able to make some other really cool stuff. So I'm going to keep this one in its box because I just feel that as it's presented, it's really nice. But once I get all my cabinets and things set up, I might set it up. I might set it up out of the box. And you can find more about that in my previous episode up above on updates to my channel. So there you go, what an amazing episode, and just really cool to finally get an amazing Dapol playset, something that I've been wanting to get for a while, the holy grail of all Doctor Who sets. Now if you've liked what you've seen, please like and subscribe. It will help me with creating more content, and as I mentioned in my previous episode, I've got a lot of really cool events and episodes coming up very soon, so stay tuned for that. So as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time. Bye.